All right, we are back on the Scare Value podcast. It's a little different. This is 2024, Brian, and I'm here with Kitty.
Yeah.
Because none of us have seen Pete in months.
You don't know where he is.
I haven't been looking, to be honest with you.
He went to the store, which I know takes him an extra long time because, he's not good at shopping. It was for himself. He needed sneakers and pants.
Oh, you sent him over both?
Yes.
Oh, no.
So I knew it was going to be hours, but it's been a month.
Yeah, it's been a month, yeah.
Like, how hard is it? Like, where is he?
I don't know. We were told to stop recording the podcast together. We did. We've just been uploading tapes.
Who told you?
Oh, you don't know. So it appears that at some point we get stuck in 1986. I know that sounds ridiculous.
Okay.
But we have all these tapes from 1986, so I just keep uploading them and we're covering 1986 stuff.
All right. So
Pete heard that this was happening and he just left. Because he thought, I don't have to come back. And I guess that means he abandoned his family.
I guess. Okay. Well, I'll just take care of it. Whatever.
Take care of it. He's in 1980. No, whatever.
I got it.
The reason we're here today to record quickly is that one of the tapes they sent was a watch-along to Ferris Bueller's Day Off, even though that's not a horror movie, so I don't know what they're up to.
I have no idea. Is that all like a dream sequence thing?
I don't know.
Are you two in 1986? Ferris and whatever his friend's name is?
Cameron?
Yeah, that one.
Maybe. I don't know what's going on. I'll be honest with you. I haven't listened to the tapes. I mean, their one instruction was please listen to these tapes. I've just been uploading them.
Okay.
But
do you have to convert them from VHS?
They're not VHS. They're cassette.
Oh, okay.
But yes, I do have to convert them from cassette.
I thought it was a movie thing. Because it's a watch-along.
I put them on. I burned them onto a CD with my old
your burner
stereo.
Yeah.
And then
they have to go to the sticky thing.
Then I can rip the CD into a MP3, and then I can upload the MP3. It's actually very difficult. I'm not very happy with the setup. But the reason we have to be here for this is because it's a watch-along, and they have no way to tell us when to pause and start the thing, because I guess they recorded this at a drive-in.
Of course.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on back there. It sounds pretty ridiculous.
Yeah, so how is it going to work that it's a watch-along? Why am I here?
Because
I got to find Pete.
Well, I came over to record with Pete, and I didn't realize you hadn't seen him either.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess I just assumed, like, he went, from the store to wherever he goes. Maybe stop by your house.
You're his wife.
I mean, I didn't miss him that much.
You're his wife. I'm his best friend. It's taken us till now to realize that neither one has seen the other one in a month.
Well, the kids have been really well behaved, so I haven't needed him.
I knew he was the bad influence.
Yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah.
So the reason I came over today was that we have to record the intro to tell people when to pause the movie, because we're going to have to hit play on their tape at the same time people hit play on the movie to make it sync up.
Oh.
So he left a note. I left a note. I think it's me because it's barely legible.
Well, that could be him. He writes all in caps.
I write in all in caps too because I used to cheat off Pete in high school. That's actually a true story.
All right.
So they say to pause it right when the 22 stars come above the Paramount logo, the same place we used to pause for all of those Friday the 13th movies. That's
weird that they would know that.
That's when they're going to start their recording, I guess. So if you pause it there and hit play when we count down to play,
okay,
I'll hit play on the tape, and then it should sync up fine.
Okay. Is there going to be a lag, though?
No, I don't think so. I think it should work out. I also don't care that much because this is all the work I'm doing this summer for this podcast, apparently.
Oh, just converting things? And
it's enough. It's enough. Right. So I guess you'll take care of the Pete situation somehow, and I guess I'm just going to hit play on this. Do you have anything you want to say if he's listening? You know he's not listening.
He's done this before.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I know exactly what to do. I'm not going to get into it with you.
Okay.
But Pete, if you're listening, no more boom boom.
Ooh. Wow. Okay. Well,
that was the best way I could say that for you, because it's awkward.
It is possible he's just trying to buy sneakers. I'm not going to lie.
We should go to the mall.
He's been lost in the DSW shoes before.
He's in the clearance aisle. It's huge.
He has to try on every one, even though he knows his shoe size.
Well, I think he might just be lost in the mall because, he doesn't know what stores to go to.
I've never seen Pete at a mall. I don't think he likes malls.
No, I don't.
So, everybody pause it at the screen when the 22 stars come above the Paramount Mountain. And then, do you have a special countdown? Pete makes me do weird ones.
Oh, I didn't think of one because I didn't know I had to be here until briefly ago.
Yeah, communication is not our big thing. Just 3.
3, 2, 1, Pete.
Okay, that's what we want to do? So everybody play on Pete.
Yes.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, Pete. All right. Pete, we are at the drive-in.
We're at the drive-in.
Looking at the Paramount logo.
The drive-in, yeah.
That's car wash.
But we're at the drive-in. Also car-related and much happier.
Yeah.
Or, conversely, we can go with, let's all go to the drive-in. Let's all go to the drive-in.
Matthew Broderick shouldn't be driving.
No, I don't remember the story about that. What happened to Matthew Broderick? He ran over somebody in Ireland?
So we brought it up enough. I probably should have looked into it, but I know he killed somebody.
I believe he was drunk driving in Ireland, and they said, oh, you know what he did? I think I remember. He put on the trench coat.
That's what, of course he did.
He put on his trench coat, and that's how he got out of it. I think we figured that out last time. So we're at the drive-in, and we're watching Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
It is not a horror movie, but we're testing this equipment out to see if it works on the road. We're in the van.
What do you mean this isn't a horror movie?
It's not a horror movie. It's a delightful drama about a pedophilic.
It's a pedophile
principal
stalking a child.
Yes,
This is horror. I think it falls into the category.
Is it a horror comedy at least?
Yeah, it's a very dark comedy because you got this kid out there. He's a mischievous Dennis the Menace type kid, and he's trying to live his best life. And what do you get? This guy coming in.
It's like a Dennis the Menace if he grew up as if that character, Dennis the Menace, wouldn't have been murdered in middle school.
Dennis the Menace got murdered in middle school?
You think you can act like that? Not have somebody reach you at the recess and beat you with a bag of rocks?
Dude, Mason Gamble was cool as Dennis the Menace. I don't think I would beat that kid up. If I ran into that kid when I was in middle school, I wouldn't beat him up.
It's Jennifer Grey.
I like Jennifer Grey.
The original nose, Jennifer Grey. This is before Dirty Dancing.
Is it? I have no idea. I feel like Dirty Dancing has existed forever.
Well, it will exist forever starting next year.
What's Patrick Swayze doing these days?
Still alive.
Good for him.
Dancing.
Living his best life.
Living his only life.
Well, I don't know. I don't know what happens in the future.
This movie is by John Hughes, who is also still alive.
He's dead too, Uptime?
That's not my role here. My role is to tell you who is still alive in 1986.
Sorry, I'm getting confused. I'm lost now in how this works. All right.
Did you ever fake sick to get out of school? I know that's the dumbest question I've ever asked you.
Brian, I once faked mono for an entire week until I finally had to go to the doctor and get tested. And guess what?
You had AIDS.
No, I didn't have mono. AIDS would have helped me. It would have explained why I was home all week.
So I recall this story. People were getting mono in school, and you felt like, that's bullshit. I want out from school. So you faked having mono, and then you went to the doctor and said, you don't have mono. But then, like a month later, you caught mono, and you couldn't take any more days off because you'd missed all those days for faking mono.
That does sound like something that was true. I also, it was going around the school, and it was called the kissing disease or something to that effect. Mm-hmm. But I was like, okay, well, I'll just say I was kissing someone. And I'm like, no one's going to believe that. So I said I shared a pen with somebody who turned out to have it. I borrowed a pen.
In your butt?
I didn't think about that. Then I probably chewed on my nails or something.
This isn't the first fourth wall break, I don't think, but it's the most famous.
What's that? Oh, Ferris Bueller?
Yeah.
I don't remember fourth wall breaks before this movie.
They have to have existed.
Well, I'm sure they had to have existed, but I don't remember them.
Okay. I just don't think that's how history judges things.
Well, it doesn't count if I don't know about it.
This explains why you did so bad in school. Teapot Dome scandal. Never heard of it.
I feel it has something to do with a British bald person. Because it's a teapot and somehow British, and dome is a baldness.
We don't have teapots in America, famously.
No, we throw them in harbors. And then we turn that part of the harbor into tea and turn all the fish British. That doesn't seem to help our cause for independence, but there you go.
This is a very famous movie. People our age love this movie.
They really do.
I never one way or the other about it. It's fine.
I always liked it.
Yeah.
Growing up, Ferris Bueller seems like a pretty cool guy trying to escape this horrible, horrible person. He gives us, this is very much like the Nickelodeon show Clarissa Explains It All. Or was it? Yes, it was Clarissa, right? Not Carissa?
Yes, that's right.
And it was Melissa Joan Hart who went on to become a witch.
Yes, Clarissa the Teenage Witch.
Clarissa the Teenage Witch. That was from the same one?
Sabrina Explains It All.
I didn't know they were the same person. Or was it one of those identical cousin situations?
Yes, they were identical cousins.
Two of a kind, but one was a witch and one was a know-it-all.
A hot dog makes her lose control. It's a callback to two different things that no one will remember.
I don't remember them.
The other is Phil Hartman in Blind Date. She loses control.
I don't know that I've ever seen Blind Date. Oh, Ferris, he's got the classic mohawk happening.
What I always liked about this movie was Cameron.
Cameron? Alan Ruck? Was that his name?
Yes.
Tony Ruck?
No, I think you had it right the first time.
A truck?
The captain of the Enterprise B for long-time listeners.
Is that who he was? No,
sure.
He was the something or other at the New York City mayor's office when Barry Bostock was the mayor.
Yes.
And Michael J. Fox was something also.
For a time.
And
then Charlie Sheen did it. Hey, it's Buffy.
Hey.
Original flavor Buffy.
And it's Ben Stein.
Right wingnut, Ben Stein.
This is about, yeah, I know. I guess he was always that way, but then he just turned.
Well, that doesn't make any sense when you think of your sentence grammatically. He was always this way, but then he just turned.
Well, yeah, I stand by what I said. Well, actually, I sit by what I said because I'm sitting at the moment.
This is Christy Swanson in an early role, pre-Buffy role.
Is she in this a lot?
No.
Okay.
She might have one other scene.
Oh, I like the original Buffy movie.
I do too. I liked Pike.
Good old Pike.
You know, the guy that played him, still alive in 1986.
Do you think anyone uses the Ferris Bueller reference anymore when asking if anyone's around or paying attention?
I do it all the time.
Well, okay. By anyone, I mean anyone who's...
I'm a someone. I'm a human being.
Well, you know what? I don't think anyone does, but right now, you're about to get it a lot. After this, all summer long, you're going to be hearing Bueller. Yeah. Bueller. Oh, here's Alan. I don't think he's faking sick.
No, he's not.
Not like Ferris. Is Ferris drinking? Is that alcohol?
Looks like it's just iced tea.
Okay, but he's drinking it in a fancy cup.
Well, things are going pretty well for him.
This is a pretty lighthearted take. That's the contrast of the comedy versus the horror.
Well, he's going to do some driving later, so he probably is drinking right now.
No.
From the things I know about.
About his behavior, he's another method actor, is what you're trying to tell me?
Now, once you realize that the actor in this movie is a manslaughterer, is it...
Or a woman slaughter? I don't remember the details of this
I think
crime.
it was a woman, actually. And he gets stalked by a pedophile. Who are we supposed to root for?
Dark comedy.
Yeah.
Real dark comedy there.
I'm rooting for Mia Sara.
I like Mia Sara.
And I'm rooting for Cameron. I'm always rooting for Cameron.
Are you?
Mm-hmm.
What appeals to him?
He's a cool guy.
I know words.
He's actually sick. He's got to put up with his douchebag friend and all of his schemes.
Yeah, Ferris Bueller must be exhausting to hang out with.
I couldn't do it for one minute. I think I would lose my mind. Everything he has is a scheme of some kind. And it's not even good schemes. He just gets away with them.
Somehow.
Yeah, here we go. We're getting Mr. Rooney, right?
That's what I was about to start talking, but then I'm like, oh boy.
Is this him?
The villain enters the scene.
Yeah, I still argue Ferris Bueller is the villain, but sure.
No, I'm sorry. Pedophile always wins in a villain competition.
I don't know that he's actually a pedophile in this film, but I do know that Ferris Bueller is a truant.
Fair enough. I don't remember any other movie of this era where the teacher the principal himself takes this much of an interest in a child. When he sits on the bus at the end and he has to sit next to a little kid and she gives him warm, squishy gummy bears.
Here he is, the man himself.
I feel like dean of students is something dirty now.
Buffalo's own Jeffrey Jones with the alien computer at his side.
Look at him. Just look at him. Now it's someone else. I don't know who she was. That was Ferris Bueller's mom.
Very good. You've maintained that knowledge.
Look at. He just smiled. He's smiling creepily because he's like, oh, he's truant again.
Look what's happening right now in the background. He's about to change his own reports. He's breaking the law everywhere.
I don't think that's a law. Cybercrime wasn't a thing back now.
Well, I'm watching cybercrime take place. There might not have been punishment for it, but it's definitely wrong.
It's not a crime. It's not a crime if there's no law against it. Then it's just, stuff happens.
I feel like this is the slipperiest slope you've opened up yet.
No, the slipperiest slope I've ever opened up was when I was being taught to snowboard for the second time. The first time, I got a concussion, like on the first hill. The first time I tried to go down, so that was the end of me. The second time, I stayed on the bunny hill all day by myself. Just, God damn it, just me and children. Here we go. I can't escape them.
Oh, you're pulling a Jeffrey Jones?
Apparently, that's what I'm doing. So I'm pulling a Jeffrey Jones.
Pulling a Mr. Rooney?
I'm pulling a Rooney out there on the bunny slope. And then it was the whole day I was there. I was feeling pretty good. Then my friend said, hey, come up with me. Let's go on this hill for the last one. I went. It was so slippery. I fell, bruised my tailbone. Hat flew off my head like a billion feet back up the mountain.
Is that what happened to your head?
Motherfucker. Oh.
No, that was uptime.
Yeah. But yeah. Sorry, I'm watching Ben Stein again. He has drawn me in with his monotonous
Look, he's
voice.
talking about Republicans again.
Is he? Is that what he talks about this whole movie?
He just was. He just said the Republican House of Representatives is trying to alleviate the... I can read.
Is this girl dead or is she attracted to him? I can't tell what's happening.
Well, I think we're about to see someone else do the exact same thing. Yep. He's attracted to him, definitely.
I really can't tell if this is boredom or attraction.
Look at the oral fixation while he's looking at him. No, she hates him.
Look at her hand. It's she's cupping as if she's holding on to something.
She's plotting his murder. She's definitely plotting his murder.
No, she just winked at him, see?
That's what that was.
That was a little wink. Look at this guy. He's like, oh yeah, I'm into you. Are you into me? I'm into me. Look at my ears.
Would you fuck me? This guy, I guess Jeffrey Jones already got this one.
That's not spit in his mouth. That's a big bowl she's got working.
Were you allowed to chew gum in class? I don't remember that.
You were not allowed to. Traditionally.
This was after Risky Business. So dancing around the house was Old Hat.
Yeah, but now look, it's Ferris mocking it.
Yeah, he's got his pants on.
Yeah.
Much to Rooney's chagrin.
What was Jennifer Grey? She was just angry that her brother gets away with everything?
Yes.
That was her.
Yes. He's the baby.
Okay, but there's only two of them.
But he's the baby. Not how that changes anything. If you have.
Not the mama, but the baby.
But the baby.
But the baby, not the mama. Older sister.
Everything goes Ferris's way and nothing goes her way.
But that turns out to be a good thing. She doesn't have that creepy guy chasing her the whole time.
Nothing goes her way until that one summer in the Catskills.
Yeah, I've never seen that movie.
Well, that's what it is. That's the movie what I learned where rape was.
Really? There's rape in that movie?
I believe so. I don't remember seeing it, but I think his other dancer the dancer that he usually dances with gets raped. And I had to ask a friend, because I watched this when I was like 9 years old, what's rape? And he said, I think that's when they really do it. And he wasn't wrong. That's what I learned. It goes right up there with my knowledge of when my mom taught me about the Holocaust.
Oh boy.
This is what happens when you have to learn things on the streets.
Oh boy, oh boy.
I've never forgotten that.
Nope, you haven't. And that is something I know now. Mm-hmm. So thank you. Poor Jennifer Grey's friend in that movie.
It wasn't her friend. It was Patrick Swayze's dance partner. But I think she actually just got pregnant, not raped. So I'm not sure 100%. I haven't seen the movie.
I thought they were all friends at this club.
No, she was there for the summer. All the people that worked there were friends.
Oh, but she was not. Okay. I don't know. I'm never going to watch that movie.
Me neither. I'm never going to solve the riddle of whether... It must have happened in the movie, or else why would that word even come up when I was watching it at 9 years old?
Your mother taught you about the Holocaust. I don't know what comes up when you're 9 years old in your house.
It's true. This is around the same time I was learning that from Monster Squad.
Right.
So this is where I learned the major things, watching movies and then asking questions at these slight hints of them existing.
Was the Super Mario Brothers movie very confusing for you?
Well, I just got to tell you that, sadly, this is not the movie where I learned about pedophilia.
Was it a home video?
I had 3 uncles.
Oh, who's she? She's somebody too.
She is.
The secretary.
She's in Carrie. I know that, because I always think it's crazy that she's in Carrie.
What is she in Carrie?
She's just one of the students at the school. But I can't remember her name, but she was big in the 80s. She popped up in a lot of things.
I think she was in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Probably.
As the one who...
The train.
Yeah, she was the train.
She's the one that they run train on. John Candy. This is a bad watch-along so far.
What is happening? We go to a drive-in.
I knew it was risky with the combination of the vehicular manslaughter and the pedophile, but we have somehow gotten into some even darker topics, like the right-wingness of Ben Stein.
This movie is really messed up. But you know what? Back here, everything is still fun, right? We don't know all of this.
No, everything's fun in the 80s.
Ooh,
see, this is what I'm talking about. That's
pixelated.
Is that
nudie.
from Titanic?
Yes. Paint me like one of your French girls, Matthew.
It's the exact same pose. Did they take that from this?
I believe that's correct. James Cameron was a big, big fan. He said he was influenced by John Hughes and everything. That's where Avatar comes from.
Yeah, that's just Home Alone on a blue planet.
Right. The unobtainium is Kevin. They can't get him.
They can't get him. He's unobtainable.
They tried like for 4 movies and then 2 new ones. So I think it's just Avatar's a reboot of the Home Alone franchise.
That makes sense. It makes as much sense as anything else. I don't understand why Cameron would be friends with this man.
I think everyone else has given up on him in his life because he is such a pill.
True.
But Ferris
has no respect for him whatsoever.
And no one else will hang out with Ferris because look at him.
Everybody loves Ferris, though. That's the whole point.
But do they hang out with him? No.
Mia Sarah does.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen this movie in a while. I guess I'm going to have to figure out what they're... Oh, hey.
You've heard that philosophy or the theory, right, that Ferris isn't real? That he's a figment of Cameron's imagination?
I have not heard this theory.
So you can't really watch the movie that way because most of it's from Ferris's perspective. But the Cameron character, he's his ego in it or whatever. I don't know about psychology. But he's the one who's telling him, grow up, start taking risks, stop being the way you are. He's the one he's like the subconscious.
Of Ferris?
Of Cameron.
Oh, Ferris is the subconscious of Cameron.
Yes. So like even this, he's like, he tells him to get in the car. What does he do? He gets in the car. And it's like his own mind, fractured mind from his horrible upbringing.
Oh, so... Well, no, Ferris would be the ego, right? The one that just... Yeah, I think, if I remember correctly, and I often don't, it is the part that controls your base impulses, like your pleasure center, your gratification.
I just think Alan Rick's great in this movie. He doesn't get nearly the credit that, Matthew Broderick does, and I think he's perfect.
I think his best performance was Twister.
I liked him in Speed.
I don't remember him in Speed.
He was on the bus. like many of the characters. He was on the bus.
Yeah. Did that take place on a bus or something?
Some of it did.
Okay. I haven't seen that movie, I don't think.
Well, that's where Kay's quiz hot shot comes from.
Oh, speaking of...
Well, no, you can't have any new.
No, I'm going to give you a Cage quiz hot shot. What is Nicolas Cage's last name?
I mean, it's Coppola.
Wrong.
No, that's right.
It's Cage. Nick Cage quiz, hot shot. Past edition.
No points for me. These are getting worse.
Things are a little tough in the old Nick Cage front. All right, he's coming. He's bopping. I think I liked Mia Sarah like I had a crush on her when I was a kid.
Absolutely. Not only is she the only woman in this movie, which always helps.
Right. Oh, hey.
There's a woman actually talking to her. I guess that's not fair.
And you know what? Minority Report. Pedophile Report.
Maybe we shouldn't just point at the screen and yell it out, because we are in somewhat public.
We are rough here.
We're having a rough day.
Our history is not good.
But that was the first of 4 movies where a minority character, a person of color, had dialogue integral to the plot.
Yeah, and that was a double. Nope. That fucking mustache on Rooney is so distracting.
Because it's so sexy?
It's the opposite of sexy. It's whatever that is. Unsexy?
That sounds pretty like you can pretty much put un in front of anything and say it's the opposite. Unpossible.
Bexy, Mexy, Fexy. Yeah.
You're going to make it disappear into its own shadow realm if you keep saying it backwards.
It's very Fexy.
And then we'll get Justin Timberlake to bring it back.
That was really good. I like that one.
It's the first clean thing we've said on this entire watch-along. I don't know what it is about being in this pervert van, but it really brings out the oddness of watching this movie.
With a bunch of other cars just sitting around. You can see the people over there.
Some are fogged up. Some are bouncing up and down.
I was going to say, those people, their heads vanished like 20 minutes ago, and they haven't come up. Not even since this movie started. I'm watching.
Well, nothing turns anybody on more than watching Ed Rooney do his job. On a big screen.
It's so big.
Yeah, we can't have the volume on. We can't have the speaker in. But these are these old ones that you stick in the window. And I'll be honest with you, I didn't remember how to use it, so I wasn't going to bother trying.
I'm glad because mosquitoes are a motherfucker. Yeah. And they always get in. And I can see them out here. It got dark. I can see these goddamn mosquitoes all while we were sitting here waiting. They were flying all around, and I'm so happy. They always used to get in when I saw these movies as a kid.
I'm going to say her name is Edie McClurg. That's my guess. Her name is Edie McClurg. I don't know that I'm right. I have no way of looking it up.
She looks like a Judith to me. That's a Judy.
She looks like she should have been the star of a really popular sitcom at the time, but I don't think she ever was. I think she stuck to movies and guest roles.
Let's zoom in on that mustache.
It's a pretty good mustache.
That Fexy mustache.
It's like to drive around to the bus stops, ask if everybody wants a mustache ride.
You missed your bus? I can give you a ride.
Yep. The school bus stop, I want to make clear.
Oh, yeah. No, there was no doubt in my mind about which kind of bus stop he was going to be at.
He's a terrible person who I am sad to report is still alive in 1986. and as far as I know, 2024. Maybe not, though.
Fingers crossed.
I've been crossing him for a long time.
Uh-oh.
So it's been a couple months since we last recorded, and I have an update. We did try the phone booth. It did not work. I did find a phone booth in New York City.
Oh, yeah. You went all the way to New York, huh?
I went all the way to New York. I took a flight, which, I'm afraid of flying, but I don't recall any planes crashing in 1986 coming out of Buffalo, so this was an easy one.
Yep. It's weird that you looked these facts up and you knew it.
I didn't have to look it up. I knew.
I know, but you did at some point in your life.
Well,
you decided, hey, I live in Buffalo. I'm probably going to fly places despite my intentions to remain grounded at all times, and you had the foresight to look up the history of Buffalo air travel.
I don't know what you think you have to look up. If there's planes that crash coming in and out of the only airport within 1,000 miles of you, you know that they happen in history.
Dude, back up time, a plane crashed a few years ago, and I forgot.
Yeah, it was like 2011. I know not to get on a plane in 2011, coming back to Buffalo.
Yeah, but I forgot.
Well,
That's my point.
I didn't because I'm terrified of air travel. But I can do it now as long as I fly only in and out of Buffalo, which is complicated because there's not that many direct flights to anywhere except that place. So I can't fly from New York to some other place or Chicago to some other place. I just go to Chicago.
Yep, that's all you got.
That really is. There's no direct flights to like Los Angeles. I had to drive that time. Got some real mileage on the van. No, it didn't work. So obviously we're still here. I got back from New York and I tried to tell you, but you weren't interested. It didn't work. I dialed the number. I had a nice conversation with the man and did not travel in time.
Oh, I thought you were going to throw a cop in the phone booth and lock him in. Go, you're locked.
It's not a phone booth. It's a police box.
You're locked in my police box.
But this movie has Mia Sara, who's in Time Cop. Do you think we can commit enough crimes that a time agent will come back and arrest us and move us through time?
No, because
that's what I'm interested in trying.
We have been very careful not to change anything at all.
We haven't been that careful.
Not to disturb a single blade of grass. Not to smush a single butterfly.
That's not you literally hunt butterflies. That's your hobby that you've made in the summer.
I know. I've never done it before. They got a weird name because I got into it because I thought it was about leopards, and leopards are pretty cool, but it was like Lepidopodopteryx instead, which is also a dinosaur, I believe.
I thought Jesus cured all the leopards.
He did. You never hear about him anymore.
It's true.
They used to send them to the Middle East, and Orlando Bloom would hang out with them.
Mm.
And then they didn't. They had whole cities they locked these people into.
The Forbidden City? Is that another euphemism for bottom punk?
Forbidden City?
I like it. I like it.
That works. All right. Oh, no. Ferris Bueller just showed up at Cameron's house.
No, Cameron showed up at Ferris's house. Ferris does not travel to you.
Oh, Ferris doesn't have a car.
Ferris is a user.
Why is he? He's wearing a suit. I don't remember this part of the movie.
Well, he's going to go pick up Sloan, which is another good name, good 80s name.
You know what? I don't know that many Sloans.
Cameron's a good name, too.
Is it?
I like it.
Isn't there another Cameron?
Diaz.
Yeah, there's a Cameron Diaz, a Cameron Crowe.
A Cameron Poe, played by one Nicolas Cage, for an actual Nick Cage update that should sustain you for a minute.
Cage fact.
An actual new Cage fact that should keep you going for a minute.
Man, that does hit good.
Put it right in me. Hook it in my veins.
It's so different. You can feel that straight, real Nick Cage fact. Ooh.
Like, I don't want to give him credit, but this is a pretty funny performance by Jeffrey Jones. The way he runs to every door but then wants to walk peacefully by so that students don't know that there's a problem.
Well, you know how you attract children is you got to learn to be a silly guy. Oh, yeah. He's a fun guy. The kids want to hang out with him.
Like, you have to separate the man from the art, I guess.
I'm having a tough time doing it with Jeffrey Jones. Maybe because he's from Buffalo and I feel the shame.
Maybe because we brought him up on every episode for literally traveling through time and space.
I don't know why I hate him through all time and space. I'm some kind of Doctor Who, but a bad one. I'm Doctor Who's bad guy.
You're Doctor Huh?
I thought I was Doctor What?
That was last time.
Oh, I'm Doctor Huh now.
I've updated Doctor Huh?
Doctor Why? Yeah, Dr. Y's pretty good.
They're in Chicago. Why is he wearing a Detroit Red Wings? That's sacrilege. Maybe Cameron is a dick. I just missed it this whole time. I bet his dad's a Blackhawks fan. I think I've solved it.
What do you mean?
He's wearing a Detroit Red Wings jersey.
Oh, okay.
They're in Chicago.
So
it's the arch nemesis of the Chicago Blackhawks. And they never bring it up, but I bet his dad's a big Blackhawks fan. That's actually really good character work.
Or is he just he's wearing it as a fuck you to his father?
Yes.
I get you. Okay.
I think that I've never thought of that before, and it's 100% what it is, and it's kind of brilliant, actually. I take it back. I apologize to John Hughes.
What if it's the other way, though?
If I wanted to in person.
He is a Chicago Blackhawks fan, and Cameron here just loves the Red Wings, and his dad is so disappointed. It's not done. Cameron is not doing it as some sort of angsty anger lash out.
No, you don't grow up in Chicago, and then his father would already be a fan. You don't grow up in Chicago and then pick opposite that unless you're doing it on purpose. There's zero chance. That's 100% a decision made.
Okay, it makes sense.
And it's brilliant. It's actually brilliant because they never call attention to it. It took me not just for almost 40 years, but it took me traveling back in time to figure out that it happened.
Well, now you're watching it. I've never seen it in a theater type setting before.
I think that's
it's the big screen.
Seeing it on the big screen amidst all these rocking cars with their the smoked out windows.
If the car comes a rocking, don't come a knocking.
We're the only ones.
You'll be cock blocking.
We're the only ones in a van, which I thought there'd be more because all I see on the road is vans and those side panel.
I want to get one of those side paneled station wagons so bad.
You have the money.
Yeah, but then I got to figure out.
I bought a DeLorean just to watch it die immediately.
I'm still trying to remember how to use those rotary phones.
What's the deal with the rotary?
What is the deal?
This guy is the worst friend of all time. And I almost hate that the lesson that Cameron takes from it all is to calm down and not be so uptight. Like, I think you're learning the wrong lesson. This guy is a monster. He's history's greatest monster.
That's what I was about
in a movie with Jeffrey Jones in it.
This is really turning into who is the bigger monster in this movie.
We got a Loomis or Meyer situation?
Yeah, I think we do, but there's no good guy, right?
I like that coat.
Loomis, which coat? Loomis's?
Sloane's.
Oh, that is a pretty cool coat. I haven't seen one of those in a very long time.
I think the only people that can pull that off are her and John Bon Jovi.
I remember when I would watch this, I would think that it was Fast Times Mount at House Mount Ridge, and that she was going to come out of the pool and take her top off. Yes. And then I would remember that that's Phoebe Cates and not Mia Saro.
Yes.
And then I would be sad.
They didn't clue Sloane in on this. She thinks at this moment her grandmother's dead.
No, she knows. She knew right around, like, when they told her, she's like, yup. She knows.
She literally, her face is just showing you right now that she's learned it. There he is, getting away with trouble. Yeah.
This is your very favorite way to escape all of your problems in life, isn't it? To put on a trench coat.
It doesn't work as often in real life as you'd hope it would. it actually causes more attention drawn to you than you'd think.
Yes.
I think because people know that he got away from his vehicular manslaughter charge by doing this.
Maybe it is now. But for a while it was always associated with flashers.
Yeah, she just learned that her grandmother's still alive.
Yeah, she's a cool cucumber.
Yeah. Well, you got to be to date this psychopath.
Oh, here's Jennifer Grey, the long-suffering older sister.
Things will turn your way next year.
Look at him.
Do you have a kiss for Daddy?
Look at...
He's a nightmare.
Look at Jeffrey Jones. He's standing there with his hands covering his erection. He's standing on the steps. He's excited about this incest that's happening.
At the same time he did. So that's how it is in their family. He's not going to judge. He's got his own kinks.
This movie is, watching this in this car with you, Brian, this van, is ruining a lot of my memories of this movie. It has turned into this monstrous affair. I see why you brought this into your podcast here.
I just felt like we couldn't let the opportunity slide since we're stuck here anyway.
It is a horror film. I'm terrified. I'm terrified for Mia Sara. There's something wrong with her.
There's definitely something wrong with her.
This is, what was it? Natural Born Killers vibes right now. The two of them so in love with each other, about to go do whatever the fuck they want.
Mickey and Mallory. And then this is, I guess, the Tommy Lee Jones character.
Yep.
He's going to try to hunt them down. He's going to get his head ripped off in the jail.
And who's Alan Ruck? Did they have like
There he is.
Did they have a photographer or something that was following him? Were they kidnapped? Or because he's really there against his will. This is a hostage situation for him.
I mean, Mia Sara was just abducted too.
Yeah, but she's into it.
I mean, she's been with him for a while, so there's some, whatever that's called, when you begin to identify with your captor.
Oh, the Oslo syndrome.
Nope.
Warsaw program.
Nope.
From Russia with Love.
The Stockholm Syndrome, which sounds like a 70s movie with Michael Douglas and Faye Dunaway, where some, like the China Syndrome. That's what that was, right?
Yeah, I think so. And I also feel like it takes place on Wall Street.
I also feel like it's the 80s. Wall Street with Charlie Sheen, who's going to make an appearance in this movie.
Charlie Sheen from such movies as Hot Shots.
And TV shows as Spin City.
Yes. These are true things. He replaces Michael J. Fox.
That was one of my favorite Anthony Jeselnik jokes of all time. He was at the Charlie Sheen roast, this is over 10 years ago now, doing his bit, and he goes, "This is a lot of attention for a guy who is only famous because God hates Michael J. Fox." Ooh, that Pepsi can that is very current to what we can see in stores right now.
I saw Pepsi and 7-Up. 7-Up's gone back uptime, I think. I think they made it go away. They turned it into something else. I don't remember, though.
7 Down?
Yeah, I think it's 6-Up.
Fucking economy.
Hold on. Hold on to everything. I had a math joke.
Oh, no.
And I thought you might like it. And I can't remember what it was.
Not a lot of interesting fashion in this movie, honestly. That's why I've called out the couple things that did look good. You see that school, and it's just very boring.
I'm sorry, say that again. I was thinking of my joke.
Fashion. Not a lot of interesting fashion with these students.
You look outside, like walking around the mall, as I'm wont to do. It's spandex.
You know what it's a lot of, Pete? You finally got it. Your summer of half shirts.
It's the summer of half shirts that I've been begging for since we've been watching a lot of old movies. I didn't know it was coming. Oh, it's going to be the summer of Pete.
I can't believe that paid off in the manner that it did, but you got your summer of half shirts and short shorts.
I am going, I don't know about those short shorts. How do you think a half shirt?
Who wears short shorts?
Who does? I don't know. I never figured out the answer to that one.
I don't either.
Does the song answer it?
It's one of life's great riddles. Like who's on first?
Who wears short shorts?
I guess that's what he wears at first.
Why would he wear it first?
Second base.
Oh, I got to third.
You got to third with Jeffrey Jones?
That student who was on his desk there waking up, he got to home.
Oh, look at that Walgreens.
Also Walgreens?
Yeah, there was a Walgreens, but it wasn't the ones that we've come to know in our future.
No, I just saw it the other day. It's the tail end of the Walgreens food. They got that Walgreens restaurant, and they're all closing down because, It's Walgreens.
Wow, I didn't see that.
It is pretty fucking weird.
Because I don't go outside that much because we're not supposed to be affecting things, whereas you like to just run around town screaming, I'm from the future, I'm from the future.
I don't say that at all to anyone. I'm very discreet. I just kind of hang out and check things out at the mall. I eat nothing. I touch nothing.
That wasn't you I saw running around saying, bet on the Mets, bet on the Mets, they're going to win the World Series, bet on the Mets.
You know what? The future's rough. I'm trying to help people out. I'm trying to help them get some money in their pocket now. That's not going to count either because it's for the greater good.
If they want money in their pocket, they should write a hit screenplay like Peggy's Who Got Married.
Yeah, but I can spread the wealth. I feel like there was some story about these people.
Yeah, they were going to make a sequel, I think.
Oh, why was 10 mad at 7?
I don't want to answer your question. I know the answer to your question, but I don't want to answer your question.
Why? What is it? What do you think the answer is?
Let's just move on. Don't do it. Did you get the thing because he's wearing a number 9 jersey? Is that why you came up with it?
Nope. Maybe. I don't know how my brain works. It's because 7 was a registered 6 offender.
Okay, that is new, I guess. That's better.
That guy made me think of it. The guy who rides the car, the car lot attendant.
That guy made you think of it, not Jeffrey Jones.
No.
The whole time we saw Jeffrey Jones, the actual sex offender on screen.
I think it was the combination of the number 9.
An honest to God registered sex offender did not make you think this.
No.
Okay.
Because this is a 6 offender, you see. So the 9 is like a 6, but upside down.
Just want to go back one more time. The actual registered sex offender we've talked about for months on this podcast did not make you think of that, but the one Hispanic character did. Okay, I just want to make this clear to everybody.
Hey, Minority Report.
There you go. There you go.
Minority Report.
And there they are stealing the car.
Oh, man. Now that we're bringing back Tom Cruise, I want to see Tom Cruise in Minority Report dancing in his underwear. Solving future crimes. There's a station wagon with the wood paneling. That's the holy grail of cars, you know.
If the seat that turns backwards faces backwards.
There were only 3 of them ever made.
And then you could stare at the window and everybody behind you would hate you.
And you could, like, when your parents weren't looking, they were jealous, and you could, like, make faces at them and maybe draw a picture and hold it up so people could see it and get distracted and crash.
And you could give them the middle finger.
Oh, of course you could give them the middle finger one time.
You could pull your wiener out. You know, the way we played as kids.
I did see driving one time these 2 kids. They had to have been like 11 or 12 and 11. They were, I don't know, 10. They were, I don't know, 4 somewhere. They were kids. They were children. They were tiny children, and they're in the back of the car, and they're like waving at us and like making weird faces and like peace signs. And then one of them makes a peace sign, pulls it up to their mouth, and starts licking out the V. And I'm like, ah! And we were stuck behind them. I'm like, God, I hope those parents don't turn around and then stop the car and get out and beat us to death. Because I thought about doing the blowjob back. But
Wait, whoa.
Because I want to show that I'm hip. I know all these things. Now I realize that was perhaps not a good instinct to have.
No.
Oh, no. I'm turning into Jeffrey Jones.
No one turns into Jeffrey Jones. They're born that way.
Oh, no. But I don't want to be a prevert.
He's got 80s hair, Mom.
She sure does. I don't know how I feel about that.
Look at that.
What are you
skyline? Where's the World Trade Center?
What?
It should still be there.
What a skyline.
I saw
this
movie, I think, there's like a collection of, I had friends when I was...
time out. What are those people wearing to the right? They're hats with giant feathers in them.
They look like
they're horns.
Crowns, Burger King crowns.
It's a jester's cap with a giant feather dangling forward like a Dr. Seuss character.
I saw this movie. I had a friend that lived in the same apartment building that I did back when I was like 87 times. And I guess that's where I am right. It's going to be next year. I don't think I was there in 86. I think I was there next year. He had this and Dirty Dancing and other things they taped off TV. Like, it was all these movies. So we just watched the same, like, 5 movies over and over and over again. This was one of them.
Oh, really? I've seen it a lot, but I don't remember having a VHS of it at any point.
Or you had to tape your own shit off the TV because the only videotape you could buy was E.T.
Is E.T. in this movie? I bet you he is.
In every movie.
I bet you he is. Does he get residuals?
Is that the same like it's a half coat, I guess, not really a full coat, but isn't that the same kind of style of coat that is in the time travel movie Totally Killer? With the white coat with the fringes.
I think it is.
The boots with the fur.
Probably. I haven't seen anyone wearing it though.
No, this was made up for the movie. Like I've never seen his jacket anywhere in public either. I have seen Red Wings jerseys.
Never seen that.
Never seen that. Ever.
Never. I don't watch a lot of sports.
Is there a big Chicago Stock Exchange that I didn't know? I guess there must be.
Yeah, because Batman, remember Bane blew it up? That's
supposed to be Gotham.
Yeah,
I know they were in Chicago, but
yeah, so there's one in Chicago.
They were in Pittsburgh that time.
What?
I think they were in Pittsburgh for that one.
Like for shooting or for no? But it's supposed to be Chicago, right?
It's supposed to be it's Gotham. It's supposed to be Gotham,
but it's kind of based on Chicago. That's been my understanding.
It's still Gotham.
Okay, yes, I get that.
I always thought that it was based on nighttime in New York City, whereas Metropolis is based on daytime in New York City.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's why Superman mostly deals with white-collar crimes.
for the strongest, most perfect thing on this planet, he does solve a lot of white-collar crimes.
Do you remember the original movie when he goes and gets a cat out of a tree for a little girl, and then the girl comes and says, "Mommy, a man flew up and got my cat," and then you hear her go, "Told you to stop lying." Smacks her.
I do remember that.
The fuck was going on?
And Superman was chill with that. Doesn't turn around. Yeah, of course he can. I heard the theory that Superman is such a terrible asshole because he can hear everything that's happening, every bit of domestic violence, every single thing, and he chooses to just go fuck around with Lex Luthor.
Mm-hmm. This guy's a good actor. I don't know if you've seen him in anything else, but he's really good in this role.
With the mustache guy who's denying them entrance.
The little mustache guy.
The little mustache.
Rooney Jr.
Rooney Jew. What? Rooney June. Rooney June.
Abe Froman, the Sausage King of Chicago.
See, that's just so many weird choices.
It's a weird movie.
When you're being chased by a pedophile, calling yourself the Sausage King.
He doesn't know he's being chased. Well,
he knows.
I guess that's why he's a good pedophile. He doesn't know Rooney's out there looking for him.
He always knows. He has to know. Maybe you're right. This is the day that Ferris pushed him too far. Yes. This is the break. This is, what was the movie with Michael Douglas?
Falling Down.
Yeah, this is Falling Down for Rooney.
I really regretted getting it right. I could have picked anything.
I don't know how I feel about that movie. I remember I kind of liked it when I saw it, but it was really slow.
I like it. It's good.
And I haven't seen it since, I'll see it again in like 10 years.
Yeah. Yes, that's true.
I'll be there.
It's just the perfect snooty asshole. Most of their tricks involve just having someone else on the phone. They're not even elaborate.
Well, it was a different time. You could fall for these things because there's no caller ID or anything.
That's true.
A phone call comes in, that's like God himself is speaking to you.
Caller ID was actually invented to prevent people from Ferris Buellering.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
And the sex registry was invented to prevent people like Jeffrey Jones.
It doesn't seem to prevent him. It just seems to tell us. It's like a Hollywood map to the stars, but for places you don't want to be.
See, this is Cameron doing his Cameron voice again, which sounds like the cartoon character. You know which one I'm talking about?
No,
I can't do the voice.
Say it again, please, and then I'll tell you what I was thinking about instead.
That Cameron has that voice that he does when he talks to Rooney, and he uses it again here, and it sounds like that cartoon character from the 60s, but I can never remember which one it is. No. No.
No.
Keep your sexy talk with Kitty out of this.
Ruhune? No. I don't remember which cartoon character it is.
He's doing like it's almost like it's like the Cowardly Lion almost.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I can kind of see that.
Yeah, but somebody had that,
I guess,
in the 60s at a cartoon. One of the cartoon characters had the similar kind of...
Snaggletooth?
Snagglepuss.
Snagglepuss.
It is Snagglepuss, yes.
Who's Snaggletooth?
I dated her once. Snagglepuss.
Snagglepuss. Dated Snagglepuss or
Snagglepuss. Kind of both.
Ooh, tough.
Upwards of 3 women are now going, is that me?
Oh, boy. Oh, boy, the mystery remains.
We figured it out without any sound that he was doing a Snagglepuss impression.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm impressed at us.
Our communication's gotten better with no distractions back here in the 80s.
It is.
This guy's asleep. It's a great choice.
Bathroom attendants.
I love it. It's a great choice.
He's kind of there. I once went to a video game convention.
Well, this is the first time he really talks to the camera when someone else is in the room, so like he probably doesn't know what the fuck he's supposed to do acting-wise.
Oh, Ferris Bueller?
He's got no lines. He's a day player, and he's like, just sit here while this guy talks to himself in the mirror, but he's talking to the camera, and he's like, what the fuck do I respond to that with? So I can't acknowledge him, so I guess I'm asleep.
You fall asleep.
Yeah. Because this whole movie's about Cameron's existential crisis more than anything.
I guess so, right?
It's the only character that has an arc. Nobody learns anything else.
No.
I mean, I guess Rooney learns don't fuck with dogs, but other than that. But does he? Because he gets rewarded at the end because he gets to go on a school bus full of children.
I don't.
So I don't even know that he's learned his lesson.
This movie has a bunch of mixed messages.
Is this a happy ending for Rooney?
Is this a happy ending for Rooney? I feel like Ferris Bueller is the one he wants. That's, Ferris Bueller is the brass ring, the gold star. But a bus full of children is a nice second place.
Yeah.
Like, that's not too bad for him.
This is basically the same plot as the first half of Terminator 2. Have you seen this boy?
All right. It's fun watching movies because I can see how all these future movies are ripping all of these old ones off.
It is.
Terminator 2 is stealing this.
No one else in this parking lot can know those things.
No. Man, makes me, I really feel so smart back here. Just so smart.
Also, the nachos are like $1.50. This 86 is the tits.
Yes. Which we see in most of these movies.
Yeah, not in this one.
Probably for the best.
I would have seen some
Rooney.
Sarah tits. That'd have been all right.
Yeah, but
I think she gets them out in Time Cop. I don't know, and I have to wait too many years to find out.
Huh, that's something to look forward to.
Yeah.
What's going on? See, now he's facing the camera and talking.
Yeah, I never know. I never know.
Mia Sarah's also facing the camera. You see, because I think the two of them are in cahoots. They think alike, they look alike at times, they even talk alike. But Cameron is still, he's not part of it. He's still a hostage. Stockholm Syndrome hasn't fully set in.
This is a bold move.
Ferris is nothing if not bold. Bold as a blue jay is something I always say when I'm talking about Ferris Bueller. Old Bueller? Blue Jay Bueller, I would say. Oh, yeah.
I love that another cat pulled up. You'll never know.
Ferris is lucky.
That was the original title of the movie. Ferris is Lucky Day.
What about... Remember when they retroactively, because he was dying, when he's dying coming up and they have the big thing for him, the benefit at the school, and then they decide humanity as a whole to retroactively name the wheel after him, and that's how we get the Ferris wheel. That happened. You remember that part of the movie?
I remember. I hope it doesn't get cut out between now and video releases. That definitely happened in the viewing I'm seeing.
Yep, it was a good part. I liked it. I liked it.
Now, why does Rooney think he'll find him? Oh, he's at the arcade. So he knows. Is he trolling? Is he trolling specifically for him, or is he just willing to take anything at this point?
Look at that smile.
Yep.
He found a boy's bottom. Look at him. Oh yeah. And now he's speaking French to him to get them all.
The game is up. Oh no, that did not age well. Just like everything he sees after he turns 18, it did not age well.
Your ass is mine, he says.
Now he's like, a lady? No.
Gross. And your boobs? Gross.
Keep that stuff to yourself.
Look, he can't stand it. He closed his eyes in disgust. Couldn't even look at her.
Isn't she also a truant from somewhere, though, to be fair?
She might have been 30.
She might have been 30.
I can't tell. Now these guys are watching a lot of people's butts on TV. And that's a Chicago
it's
pizza.
the 80s, man. Butts everywhere.
Butts on parade. That was a song by that group.
Yep.
Man Against the Machine.
Oh, Rooney, just look at the TV. Usually your radar's so good for kids.
There's kids. There were kids where they don't belong. They belong.
It's a me, Mario.
That is a Mario.
I can't believe they didn't give us a cut where we see if he made it or not.
So now they're at the baseball game. Ferris Bueller.
Oh, wow.
And poor Cameron.
This is good work by you.
Thank you. But how did they get in? Because I know they didn't pay. They never pay.
Well,
I missed it. I was busy.
He stood in a trench coat. Well, he called and made Snaggle Puss impression. And Mia Sarah flashed her tits. It was easy.
He got in. There was something that we were talking about. Oh, 10 Things I Hate About You has Julia Stiles flash the teacher, which was... That was much later than these movies. I kind of expected it in movies in the 80s, but for the...
Like a full 10 years after this. Maybe the 12 years.
I think it was 99.
Maybe 13 years, yeah. That's a good movie.
I find it enjoyable. It's agreeable to me of an evening.
The teacher was played by a guy from Empty Nest, which I don't think it's on the air yet. It'll be on the air soon.
I remember the name, but I don't remember the show.
Maybe it's on the air now. I'm not sure. I haven't looked for Empty Nest.
So is Jennifer Grey, while she's searching for Ferris, she's like the good guy, but you don't know it yet?
There are no good guys in this movie. Cameron is the one good guy in this movie.
Is he good? Yeah, I guess he is. He's innocent.
He's neutral good.
This movie, I guess, is the decision of this is Cameron's fate. What is he going to go? Is he going to go full on Ferris, full on Rooney? He doesn't seem to have good choices.
Ferris is chaotic evil.
Okay.
Rooney is lawful evil.
Okay, I'll buy that. So we got their evils. There's a neutral evil. I guess that's Mia Sarah.
Yeah, because she's along for this ride willingly.
All right.
And Cameron is
neutral.
Neutral good.
I think he's just neutral.
No, he's good.
He's a guy in flux right now. That's why he's having all of these troubles.
Well, they're trying to taint him to the dark side. This is exactly like Star Wars.
Yeah. Oh.
This was episode 4.
Ooh.
Episode, I guess.
7, 8, 9,
I don't know how
10.
I don't know how numbers work.
I don't either. See, now you're coming to my side. The dumb side.
I mean, I do know how they work. I just don't know how to apply them correctly.
Not me. What is he? Is he at the house now?
Yeah, after checking out places specifically that aren't his house, he thought maybe his house.
Maybe I'll try the house first. No, that is foolish. Oh, is this the one where Ferris has the body rigged up to like sit up and look like he was sleeping?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he also has a tape recorder that's answering the bell for him. It's an elaborate scheme.
Very Home Alone-y.
Yeah.
Home Alone-y? Yeah.
I've never been to Chicago, I don't think.
I have.
Oh, there we differ.
Take that. I went to the Natural History Museum, and I told...
Is that where they go? No, they go to the art museum.
Yeah, who wants to go there? But I told the guy working at
Kitty wants to go there, I would imagine.
Who?
She's an art major.
What?
You got a girlfriend. She went to art school.
Oh, yeah.
You got an art school girlfriend. He used to sing that shit all the time.
The Stone Temple Pilots song, yeah.
And then you got really depressed when you married her because you couldn't sing it anymore.
I know. That was a shame. I mean, I still sang it when she wasn't in art school anymore.
That's true.
But I would say I got a girlfriend, she went to art school.
Yeah, but then...
And then I got married.
You couldn't do it. The rhyme scheme didn't work anymore.
I just gave up. And you're right. I did get sad. Thank you for reminding me of that terrible, tragic time in my life.
No problem.
That's probably the worst thing that ever happened to me.
It's up there.
It certainly is.
I could think of 2 other things.
No. Nope. And nope. I'm okay with all the deaths.
Nothing's going to stop this man from finding his boy.
It's breaking and entering.
Who put more effort into this, do you think? The T-1000 or Principal Rooney?
Oh, Rooney. By far. By far. He wants, like, you got to remember, the other one's just a robot. He's doing a job. This is pure emotion taking over. This is lust.
This is passion.
Yeah, this is passion. This is lust. This is madness.
He does this for the love of the game.
He has to know that he's beyond the pale. As a school principal, you don't do this.
Yes. He does not have a mission. He has a desire.
And he's twisted it into a terrible, terrible mission.
Yes. An unstoppable killing machine.
But it's not a killing machine.
There's the 80s butt.
Hey, look at that. He's even making his pants more easily opening or accessible. I don't know if that's Chicago or not, but they keep showing me that sideline.
I'm guessing it is.
Who's this guy? Oh, yeah, number 9. And his buddy. Oh, boy.
Yeah, they think that they're going to be able to turn the odometer back by putting it in reverse, which is so dumb. And that it's so dumb that it made me wonder if it was possible.
No, it's funny you say that because I think I had the same trajectory.
Yeah.
It was.
It's like that would never work. And then you don't want to be so stupid if you're wrong and be like, but would it?
Well, I know nothing about cars. Well, almost nothing. I can usually figure out where to put the gas in it and how to drive it.
I ain't got no gas in it.
Might take me a couple of tries because they keep changing where the little thing is, the port.
Look at this guy. He's breaking into a house in search of a man, a young man.
A boy.
He's a boyish man.
No, he's a man boy. He's a boy. And what a boy.
Oh.
That's a dog.
Is their backyard fenced in, or can this dog just leave the property?
I don't know.
It seems like a risk. No, he hopped a fence.
John Hughes made a lot of these movies, right? They were all similar.
He made 16 Candles and Breakfast Club.
Yeah.
And Home Alone. And Home Alone 2.
And 16 Candles.
That's the one I said.
And Home Alone.
Uh-huh.
Home Alone 2.
Yep.
And Beverly Hills Cop 3.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles.
Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. The Jungle Book.
No.
Okay. They're all the same. They're all the same type of movie.
Ooh, Rooney should come to the art museum, it appears.
It shouldn't be Ferris in the group. It should be Rooney in the middle of it.
God. Oh, there they are. Cough hasn't gotten any better in the 80s. Because the air's worse. We've talked about it.
It's terrible here. Also, they're just hanging out in an art museum, so there's not a whole heck of a lot to talk about. Although...
This is one of the most famous shots in movie history coming up, though.
What are you talking about?
Cameron looking at the painting.
What? I know the shot you're talking about, but I don't understand why it's a famous...
I don't either. It's supposed to be a deep moment. I don't get it.
It's a guy looking at a painting.
Yeah, that's what I get out of it.
You know, it might have been nice to have Kitty around because she knows about this kind of stuff.
Yeah, but she's 3. We've been over this.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that didn't go well, by the way.
Oh, no.
The first time I ever met Kitty's dad, I went over to his house. The second time I met him chronologically, but the first time I ever met him in my particular chronology. Mm-hmm. He came up and he had an axe over his shoulder and he just stood there staring at me. And then he just looked and I'm like, so, I'm Kitty's boyfriend. Nice to meet you. And he grunted, axe still on his shoulder. And then he kind of just hung it up. And I said, chopping wood? He said, nope. And then he just walked past me. And I understand now. And that is all I want to say right now. And I need to find a plan 2.
Well, okay. I don't think you should do that, but have you considered buying a trench coat?
Plan 2, we have a go.
I don't why I keep giving you these ideas.
I'll keep you updated.
But I will get on the phone and do a Snagglepuss impression if I have to.
All right. I'll have to figure out how to hand off a note. I'll figure something out. Trench coat's going to be a big part of it. Is he making out with her in the back of a taxi?
Looks like he kissed her on the cheeks a couple times, but I don't know.
That's weird. That's weird with your friend in the car with you.
Is it?
Yes. I don't like that. I don't think it's normal. This is a weird way to try to bring Cameron into their threesome. They want a throuple happening.
Yeah, I know. He'd just agree to it. It's not like he wouldn't. He clearly idolizes Ferris the same way everyone else does. And it's like,
I don't think that he does.
If I'm listening to every word he said, he is the submissive in this relationship.
If he is just a normal person, I don't think that he likes Ferris.
But he does like Ferris.
If it's just a psyche, it makes sense. And you see, Cameron was starting to smile a little bit.
Ferris is the rebellious nature that he doesn't have.
Yeah, but he's also evil. Like, we got a couple of different things happening here. The battle,
he's being corrupted.
But no matter which version of him it is, he is being corrupted.
So I guess here we learned that his father has no idea what his girlfriend looks like.
And they're hiding. Is that a rabbit's foot?
Yeah.
The rabbit's feet. They're everywhere, man.
Mostly on the ground.
No, mostly on keychains.
No, I think most of them are still on the ground.
I've been counting. I've seen way more rabbit's feet on keychains than I've seen on the ground.
Like, are they just going to never meet? Is that the plan now?
Is this another teenager flirting with an old man?
Yeah, but it's okay because it's a girl.
I don't understand why it's still okay.
I don't either, but it was.
Okay. Look at now what's happening.
She had what she's having.
Oh, there's a newspaper article about Ferris. Now what's happening, Rooney? That's a Rooney eye if I ever saw one.
He's doing a reverse Porky's.
That's a reverse Porky's if I ever saw one.
This is the most ridiculous part of a ridiculous movie to me.
If I recall correctly, the one bit of trivia I know about this movie is that no one knew they were filming this. I guess they just hopped up on the parade float and said, "We're doing this now." And people said, "Sure." Sure, John Hughes, sure.
It's completely absurd, just from the perspective of trying to lay low.
I used to think all of these things were achievable because this is what I thought cool kids in high school did.
I guess they all are achievable.
But I thought this was the run of the mill. And if you weren't like hijacking floats in parades, you were a loser.
Well, I mean, you can't go to a baseball game. You can't go to an art museum. You can't steal someone's car.
You got to cut school, steal a car. I would have had to figure. I got the cutting school part down, but I never had a license. So
you can go to a restaurant. I don't think that until this moment there's been anything that you couldn't actually accomplish just on a regular afternoon.
Look, man, I didn't like going places.
No, who does?
No,
now you do. You didn't before. Now that you shouldn't go somewhere, you go all over the place.
Well, it's so exciting.
Did you get a job at the mall? I meant to ask you because you're at the mall all the time.
No.
Are you working at the Orange Julius now?
No, that's funny. They have offered. They've like asked me if I want to work there. I feel wrong collecting a paycheck from them, so I tell them no. I'm just gonna chill.
I'm just gonna drink Orange Julius and tell people how good it is.
I've helped them out a few times, like when they need to take breaks or something. I step in for just a minute.
You just getting high with these people? Is that what's going on?
Who is?
You.
The Orange Julius people?
Yeah.
Getting high in Orange Julius, baby.
Like there's anybody that works at Orange Julius who isn't high.
Yeah, well, we do take breaks.
The weed sucks in the 80s from what I understand.
I'm not discerning enough to know the difference, but cocaine is usually what keeps me going more than anything else.
Fantastic.
I can't really taste the weed flavors. The cocaine just keeps me going.
The cocaine is fantastic.
My nose itches a lot, though.
I don't have a septum anymore. It's not just deviant, it's gone.
I have a deviant septum.
It evaporated.
So they kind of have a weird vibe, Mia Saro and Cameron Crowe. Not Cameron Crowe, Cameron Diaz. Not Cameron Diaz. Whatever Cameron this is.
It's just Cameron.
I bet you he has a last name. It's Cameron Redhawk.
Cameron Red Wings jersey.
Red Wings. It's the Blackhawks, the Red Wings.
Well, these two people have a nice connection because their world is continually destroyed by the monster that is Ferris Bueller.
Or this is the neutral evil now speaking to him.
Yes. She's like, it's not that bad.
Yeah, see? See? You can come over. Look at him. Look at him.
Why does he need a microphone to lip sync?
Because everyone needs a microphone to lip sync. Haven't you seen those lip sync battles? They have microphones.
No, I haven't.
They do. I've watched them. I'm a keen student of the lip sync battle. Now he's got all the tuba players doing it.
I just want to point out this is the thing you told me they didn't know they were filming.
Yes.
Okay. I just want to throw that out there.
The choreographed dance scenes?
Yes.
Yeah. This is the one.
This is the trivia you had. Was that nobody knew they were filming this. I don't know why that's come up at the moment, but it's something I'm thinking about right now.
I'm not. I admit
Nope,
that
80s butt.
80s butt. Has there been an 80s butt? Do we need to add that? Let's refresh the list. What are we looking for in all of these 80s movies? Under 90 minutes.
Under 90 minutes. This one's over. Minority Report.
Okay. Which is our first movie with the Minority Report that's positive.
Boobs.
Boobs.
None.
Yep. None so far. There were none in the last movie either.
And 80s butt shots.
And 80s butt shots.
Which this one does. This one has plenty of.
Butts
Maybe
aplenty.
right.
Were there butts in the last movie in Critters?
I don't believe so. I don't think there was that. No, I'm talking about a specific butt shot. The one where the camera stays.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about. Where It is focused solely on the butt. You can see a little bit of the upper back to the top of the camera and a little bit of the legs to the bottom.
Anyone with an even basic understanding of framing a shot knows what the centerpiece of the shot is.
In Jurassic Park, when Laura Dern, Dr. Ellie Sadler, is climbing up the hill and the raptor, like right when she's got to go down and turn on the power again, it is focused solely on her butt. Totally and only. Like, what an interesting thing to do. The 80s. What an interesting thing to do, Steven Spielberg.
Stealing shots from the 80s.
Pulling out the classics.
Wow. I wonder what the energy in the scene would be like if they did know they were filming
it. You know what? Someday a book is going to come out about Ferris Bueller, or Al Gore's going to invent the internet, and we're going to find out that this was real and no one knew about it. And they all just, like, Ferris Bueller just hopped up, and John Hughes had a camera, and he had a handheld hidden camera, and he filmed all this. Yeah, all of this. I don't know why they're stopped. I don't know why they're all waving American flags.
I think they just elected him king.
That could have happened. King of Chicago. He's already the sausage king.
This guy's still trying to get in this house.
Oh, his school has betrayed him. Take that, coughing. You know what I really liked? Parker Lewis Can't Lose.
I never really watched it.
It was Ferris Bueller, but it was Parker Lewis. Remember? But do you remember Kubiowski?
Yeah. And he was a doctor.
I think he was just a nurse or staff or something. He might have made full doctor back in that ER.
Save Ferris.
She's so mad. I heard that Save Ferris on the water tower, that was not known about either. That was spur of the moment.
He's already using drugs on smaller creatures.
He had them handy.
He did have them ready to go, didn't he?
I'm telling you, this movie is terrible now. It's a terrifying romp.
It's a great warning.
Through the mind of a pedophile. Aren't there other movies about pedophiles, that are terrifying?
I don't know.
I feel like there are. They're usually the bad guy in movies.
Usually.
And also now. Usually and also now.
I don't think they really were the bad guys in the 80s, though.
They should.
Ooh, he got injury. He's got to walk in with a 6-pack of Smirnoff Ices and be like, hello,
I'm just here to hang out.
Why don't you have a seat?
Didn't that guy turn out to be a pedophile, too?
I don't know that that's true, and I don't feel comfortable saying it's true, but I hope it's not true.
Because that would be something.
Yeah. He's hiding in plain sight.
And then he gets a call list of naive young people.
I wanted to see him show up to work that day, though, and be like, okay, what do we film today, guys? Why don't you have a seat?
I think that's how the show ended.
It's a good ending. It's a terrible tragedy, but it's a good ending.
Oh, that's awful.
2 people looking for a boy.
They have different goals in mind.
Well, hers is just jealousy, and his is much more complicated.
What does she hope to gain? Just catch him doing something?
Yeah.
But then it reverts to her word against his.
Correct.
Ooh, take that.
I don't know if she'd done anything before this. This might have been her first big role.
Jennifer Grey, you mean?
Yeah, it's 1 year before her last big role. Dirty Dancing.
I remember this. That and Red Dawn.
Yes, that's
that
right.
Had
Red
Jennifer
Dawn.
Grey.
I think that, I don't know. That was last year, I think.
Okay. Red Dawn I enjoyed that one. I would watch it at like 1 o'clock in the morning.
Patrick Swayze is in that too. Maybe it's 87. Patrick Swayze is in that too.
It's Patrick Swayze, Charlie Sheen again.
Wow. All her men are there.
Tia Leone.
All her love interests.
No, not Tia Leone. No. Who is Dennis the Menace's mom? In the Mason Gamble Dennis the Menace movie.
I don't know why you brought it up twice on this episode, because I don't know. I don't have an encyclopedic knowledge.
It's also got Christopher Lloyd.
He's not in that, is he?
Yeah, he's
the bad guy.
He's the hobo, the bad guy who tries to, I think, steal everything in town.
I remember Walter Matthau.
Yep.
He was Joan Plowright.
Who's that?
This is his wife.
Oh, what is her name? She was also in Howard the Duck.
Leah Thompson.
Leah Thompson. She was in Red Dawn.
Oh, that sounds like a pretty good movie.
It's not bad.
Wolverines. Never seen it.
It's a pretty fun one.
My knowledge of it is just what pop culture has taught me.
It's pretty fun. I also watched the remake that they made in...
Chris Hemsworth?
With Chris Hemsworth. It was pretty awful.
I can't believe a remake was bad.
I know. Everyone loves remakes. Remakes and prequels. That's the secret to Hollywood's success.
These are two of my favorite things.
Is she on the phone with the police?
Yes.
It's kind of weird to me that horror movies have taught us that police are pretty much useless to deal with if you're in trouble.
They're the only ones telling it like it is, brother.
And they were 100% correct.
They're the only ones telling it like it is.
It's probably prepared me better for real life than anything else.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. Thank you, horror films. Well, he's afraid of the police because he knows he's got evidence all over the place and a long, incriminating list at his apartment.
He's lucky there's no DNA right now, DNA testing right now, and not just because he's bleeding all over the place.
Oh, he left his wallet. Even a 1986 cop can figure out that crime. Did he get his car towed?
Is that a serious question?
I had to ask. I'm not sure what I'm watching. I need updates. I need updates on my updates.
Bye, Rooney. I wonder how he's going to get home later.
Is his first name ever found? Because it could be Mickey.
It could be.
Yeah.
It could be Dean. That's why he's Dean of Students.
Could be.
I think it's Ed, though. It's definitely Ed. They did say it in the movie.
They said it right at the beginning when they introduced him.
They said, "I'm Ed Rooney," and I was like, "I don't know, Dean."
And then Judy from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, she was like, "Hi, Ed. Nice to see you again."
Yes. Ed, Ferris Bueller's on line 2.
Thank you, Judy. Ed, will take that call.
Yes.
Oh, Ferris. Oh, I love you, Ferris.
This is where Cameron goes catatonic.
Yeah, I never understood this scene. What happens? Oh, he looks at the speedometer and he realizes it's different.
And now you understand it.
I cracked that case. I'm glad we're seeing it for the first time now.
That's easier on a big screen.
He's screaming because his brain is breaking. Why is that the thing that pushes him over the edge? He's had all of these pushes and temptations. What, this means he knows he can't turn back now?
Because he knows he's going to be confronted by his greatest fear, his father.
Right. He can't get away from it. So now he has to become...
He has to become the thing he hates most, Ferris Bueller.
Right. He's becoming... I don't think he has a choice right now. Oh boy, what's he going to do?
Oh, this is a good scene.
What is it?
When the singing telegram shows up. It's a great joke.
I like singing telegrams. Didn't somebody in our high school call a singing telegram place and have them come to the building across the street and deliver the house across the street or whatever it was, so you could look at from a certain window at a certain time?
Actually, that's the best joke in the movie.
The singing telegram?
Yeah, because when she slams the door on her, it's pretty great.
You like that one?
Yeah, it's dirty without having to be dirty. Because so much of this movie is filthy.
You like that nice little clean bit in there
I enjoyed the clean bits, just like how earlier I had that one clean line after like 40 minutes of just nonstop filth. And that was the one you thought was funny.
It's nice to take a bath every now and again. Clean yourself off.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Ferris.
Do you think Cameron's just depressed because he doesn't have an awesome jacket like these other two?
I think that's part of the initiation, the becoming. The becoming. You get a jacket of some kind. You get to pick your own. It's, really tailor it to your style, what you feel, what kind of evil you really want to be and project to the world.
Well, he's losing it now. He's going to be evil.
Oh, Cameron. I don't know. This movie has left me conflicted all over.
The battle for Cameron's soul. That's what this movie's about.
I don't know enough about Cameron. Maybe he was a jerk to begin with.
He's telling you about him right now.
What's he saying?
He's saying he's never been in love. He's going to marry the first girl that lays him.
Oh. Yeah, but that's what he's... See, this is just more of Ferris trying to convince him.
No, he's not talking to Cameron. He's talking to you.
Yeah, I know.
He's trying to convince you. He's trying to pull you to the dark side.
We're Cameron's psyche.
No, he's Cameron's psyche.
No, we are Cameron. He's pulling us in. It's very immersive.
I'm Spartacus.
I'm Spartacus.
I'm Spartacus.
Me too. Me 3. Registered 6 offender.
I think there's like one guy there that just wouldn't say it, and they all just stare at him, and he's like, I don't know, I'm fucking Phil.
There's this one picture on the internet, back when the internet was a thing, of all these people giving the Nazi salute to Hitler, and there's one guy standing there with his arms crossed. Mm-hmm. Fuck you, buddy. Ooh, see, this is why I thought this scene right here with her in the pool or hot tub.
You thought we were going to start hearing the cars moving in stereo?
And then she gets out and takes her top off?
Yep. Instead, you got the...
I got Cameron falling in the water.
Yeah, why would they prop him up like this? Again, another terrible friend decision.
Is he on a folding chair on the diving board?
You are correct. That's how they set him up.
Their comatose friend.
That's how he set his friend up. And me and Sarah sat there and accepted it.
That is great. I love it. Ooh, leopard shorts. Everyone's happy.
Just let him drown.
See, she's wearing like a little...
But it's blue, so I accept it. I can't see anything.
She lives underwater now.
If you wear a white one, like in The Mummy, I don't accept it.
Oh, that's right. That's why I noticed it. Because we were just talking about it however many before we got sucked in here.
38 years from now.
38 years from now, we're going to be talking about it. It stayed in my mind. Now, does Ferris kiss him?
No.
Or does...
Nobody kisses him.
Oh, I thought that someone gave him mouth to mouth.
No, you were watching the porn version.
The kid.
What is it called? What's the porn version of Ferris Bueller's Day Off? Ferris Bueller Gets Off. Is it that easy?
I think it
the
might
easy
be.
ones are the right ones. That's got to be it. I mean, is there a porn parody of this? Because there should be, because this is a pretty easy one.
Ferris Baller's Pants Off.
I'll take it.
Ferris Cruller, and he's a donut?
All I know is the Rooney scenes are fucked up.
Oh, no.
And also Charlie Sheen stars as himself in that one, too.
I feel like Charlie Sheen.
Who do you?
Yeah, all the cocaine.
Sometimes
man.
you feel like a nut.
Sometimes I feel like a Charlie Sheen. Sometimes an Estevez. Emilio.
I know.
Okay, I was just making sure. They're brothers, you know.
I'm aware.
That's another piece of trivia I know about this movie.
That's what you know about this movie.
Yes. That parade scene was spur of the moment and they didn't plan it. Mm-hmm. And that Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez are brothers.
Yes.
And I think their dad was involved in acting somehow.
He reprises this role in Goldberg's.
The TV show?
Yeah, they do a Ferris Bueller episode where his sister's doing the same thing, hunting around for him. And she ends up at the police station and she looks over and Charlie Sheen is sitting there. Modern day, at the time, Charlie Sheen is sitting there looking like this, doing the same bits.
But it wasn't Jennifer Grey.
No, it was whoever was on that show. Who also, I believe, might have killed someone in a car accident.
What is with people?
Or at least
people
injured
over?
somebody badly in a car accident. One of those things is true. Fitting casting, I guess.
She's happy, right, when she finds Charlie Sheen?
She's happy by the end of it.
Because he's a bad boy?
Yep.
And people like the bad boys? I was a bad boy. People were like, man, you're a bad boy. That's a bad boy. No.
I think she likes that she knows him from Red Dawn or we'll see him again in Red Dawn, depending on when that movie comes out. So, and then she's going to be like, you can meet my friend Patrick Swayze, who I'm going to meet next year.
They're all going to be the best of friends.
Patrick Swayze, still alive, 1986.
Yeah, rocking out.
Good for him.
Oh, Charlie Sheen. He was also in a movie called Major League.
Yeah, that's right after this.
Is it?
I think you might go from this set to that one, to be honest with you.
I feel, the hair is similar. The jacket is similar.
Everything about this setup is very similar.
Did Charlie Sheen change anything during the 80s? He always had the same role, right? I don't remember his movies anymore.
I think in Spin City he wasn't like this big of a fuck up.
Yeah, but what has Charlie Sheen done? He did Navy SEALs, I think.
He was in Wall Street.
I never saw Wall Street.
Hot Shots.
I saw Hot Shots.
Hot Shots Part 2.
I saw it, but I don't remember it.
So I think he was in Repo Man.
I never saw Repo
Was that
Man.
the one he was in?
I think it. Emilio Estevez.
No, one of them is a Harry Dean Stanton movie, and the other one is a Charlie Sheen, Emilio Estevez joint.
Have you ever seen Men at Work?
That's the movie I'm talking about.
That's the movie?
This is the movie I'm talking about. Yeah, Repo Man is Harry Dean Stanton.
Okay. But I feel like there was someone else in it as well.
I think it might be Emilio Estevez.
I think it is.
Yeah, that's why I'm so confused by the...
Yeah, it's an easy trap to fall into. This trivia that I've taught you. Once you know the secret, you see these connections everywhere, and you fall apart. It's easier
if I had a phone that I could pull it out and look it up, but I'm in the back of a van in 1986.
I know. If we knew anybody, we could call them and ask. I always used to have people to call when I didn't know something. You were my movie person.
Yeah.
Kitty was my art person.
Yeah.
And
all those art questions you have.
I do. Sometimes it comes up.
Like, whatever happened to Garfunkel? You only like my clean jokes. It's weird.
What did happen to Garfunkel? I have a theory that he became Bob Ross, or Bob Ross was him. They were one and the same, identical cousins again.
They were identical cousins.
That was a big problem back in the day.
There's so many identical cousins out there, it's insane.
Yep. That is the secret that they want to keep from you.
Poor Cameron. He's like, this is the lesson he learned is to... I guess the lesson is good, stand up to your father.
Wait,
but
I'm
we
sorry.
never know what happens to him afterwards. He's probably beaten to death.
Did Cameron just admit to watching Sloane change?
Don't fucking change in public.
Yeah, but look at him. She's pleased with it because they know he's now enjoying. He's enjoying what he did.
One of us.
Yes.
One of us.
Look at that. There's a big old smile on his face. We've only seen fleeting glimpses of that up till now. And they're cool with it. Look at them.
Uh-oh. Bad things about to happen.
What do you mean bad things? The miles are going to go back. That's what they do.
Well, the car's going to go back. This is a pretty great location for a garage.
Seems like a dumb location for a garage.
Yes.
Because it goes flying through the back. If you had a normal garage, this wouldn't have happened.
I would be so terrified to back this car into the garage the way that they have.
I have never understood the urge to make things big and fancy and complicated. Just keep it simple.
Yeah. I don't understand backing into spots.
I do. I do that all the time.
I'll just wait for the people in front of me to move and pull back out.
3 days later.
Hey, you should have seen how long I was out there with that fucking DeLorean. Because I just couldn't open the car doors. I was stuck in the car.
I left after the first hour.
I guess I could have reversed that time.
Oh, yeah. That would have worked. Oh, well. What are you trying next? I don't even remember.
I'm going to try to... You said not to. I was going to commit a lot of crimes and see if a time cop would come back.
Oh, yeah.
Move me through time. I guess I'll have to wait till the next one.
Yeah. That's one thing I agree with all this time stuff I'm learning about, is that time cops are right and we need to follow the rules.
Yes. No rules, just right.
No. What? No. No rights, just left. Always go left, never go right. Right always takes you in the wrong way.
I'd love to go to Australia because I can never get there because you have to fly. But there's no flights from Buffalo to Australia, so I don't trust it.
Yep, I understand that fear. What, do you want to ride a kangaroo?
And the other part is, I know I can fly Qantas because they tell me in Rain Man in a couple of years, the Qantas never crashed.
Dustin Hoffman.
It may be something I looked up much later in life and found out it did crash, but after that. So I would be safe to fly Qantas.
Your knowledge of plane crashes is very interesting to someone who doesn't think about these things.
Well, I don't fly.
You're uniquely prepared for time travel.
I'm a no-fly zone.
Did you ever see Donnie Darko?
No.
All right. Patrick Swayze was in that one, too.
And Jake Gyllenhaal. And Maggie Gyllenhaal.
More identical cousins.
Yep. Probably shouldn't be kicking this car.
Sometimes you got to teach a car, and that's what you do. One time my brother fought my car and broke the window.
Are you really mad at the car, or are you mad at your father?
My brother was drunk, and he was mad at the car. And I believe our foreign correspondent was egging him on, saying, I heard what that car was saying about you. My brother said, yeah, what? He's like, oh, yeah, you going to let it say that? And my brother got so mad, he started dropping elbows, and then he punched the back window and shattered it.
The car taught him a lesson when it burned the garage down.
That was a different car that he had a feud with.
This is an ongoing saga.
I didn't mind because that was his car. I think the feud was the car didn't want to be owned or it wasn't working correctly. I don't know. But Dave wasn't doing his job. And you know what? So not only did he break my car in his fisticuffs rage, he burned down all of the stuff I had stored in my mother's garage when he fought that other car.
What did you have stored in your mother's garage?
I had so many. I had the comfiest love seat I ever owned in my life that I found on the side of the road. It was fantastic. It was
bug infested.
No, it was not bug infested.
Rat infested.
I checked. I shook them all out before I got it. They burned that. They burned down my hammock.
Oh no!
My hammock burning down is more tragic than this car going out of a poorly built garage.
I don't think it is. I remember that hammock.
Yeah, right? That hammock was awesome.
It was also not that expensive. You could have just bought another hammock.
Where am I going to get $100, Brian? Where am I going to get $100?
Just a hammock, Pete. How much could it cost?
And how am I going to figure out who to send this $100 to? And what address I'm supposed to mail this hammock back to?
Here's where I remind you have at least $20 million canonically, and you can go buy a hammock. And hammocks are cheaper in 1986.
I had some sort of choose-your-own-adventure book that I only read like once every 10 years. I'd go find it in the garage and read it because I couldn't remember how it went. And it was pretty cool. That's gone now.
Well, how many years did it take you to discover it went differently every time?
What do you mean? Why would I make different choices? Ever. I know what I'm about. I had a giant book of cryptography, so I had all these different ways to break codes and stuff. Mm-hmm. That got burned up, so now I don't know how to crack codes anymore. I lost a lot of stuff in that fire, Brian. It was a tragedy.
Things we lost in the fire.
Probably the worst thing to ever happen in my life was that fire.
That's the second time you said that today.
Yeah, because it was a really big problem in my life.
No, second time you've said that something else was the worst thing that ever happened in your life.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've led a hard life.
Hey, look, they're kind of standing like they were at the museum.
Does that mean something?
No.
Is it see no evil, hear no evil,
She's
speak no evil?
same. I think it means she just has one stance.
Arms crossed. Marge Simpson.
The Ghostbusters has one stance too. Second time I've used that joke, and I love it both times.
Keep it coming. Oh, Cameron. He's made his choice.
I choose evil.
What's weird to me...
It's actually the one good thing that Ferris does the entire movie is he offers to take the blame. Well, it is 100% his fault to start with.
No. This is false. This is to confirm to Cameron...
To make sure that he's come to his side.
Yeah. This is to make Cameron commit himself. This is classic Stockholm behavior. This is how you take somebody and convert them to your side.
I think you're definitely right. He's testing him, and he's now...
Look at the smile. He's smiling again. Cameron's so happy. Oh, she's happy too. Neutral evil knows.
Lawful evil, neutral evil, and chaotic evil together again.
They're back, baby. Who did they kick out? Rooney? They got to kick out Rooney.
Yeah.
Because clearly Cameron's going to be the lawful evil.
Yes.
But how will they defeat him? That remains to be seen.
Now she's happy that she's with Charlie Sheen.
Where is she? Oh, I see. They're in the back. Hey, that was some trivia that you shared with me.
Hey, look. Personal color report. Minority report.
With lines.
Yep.
Whoop, whoop.
Integral to the plot.
Is that 2 or 3?
So apparently, it's just horror movies that are doing this problem because this movie has...
This is a horror movie.
Okay, it's just pure horror movies.
Oh, just pure, not horror comedies.
That one sold as comedies.
I guess so. Well, you know why, right? Because no one wants to die first. They're smart in the 80s. They're like, we're not coming to your horror movies. We always get killed.
Yes.
That's why. Big brands. I wonder what happened. Money, probably. People start getting paid. They're willing to die. I saw Squid Game.
Did you see Squid Game?
I did. I don't know what the game was because I don't understand squids, but they were there swimming around.
He's got to go play in professional baseball now.
In Cleveland.
Yeah.
Because he did come out of the
penal colony.
The penal colony.
That's where Jeffrey Jones likes to vacation.
I don't think
that's the penile colony. Colony.
There we go. I knew you were close, but not quite on the money.
I was close. Look at me while I finish.
Oh, Jeffrey Jones. I hope you get your... No, I hope you don't get your... Why is she so happy? Because of Charlie Sheen?
Because she's in love with a drug addict.
Yeah, look at Charlie Sheen. I'm going to be in Young Guns 2 soon. No, that's Emilio Estevez. I fell for it too. See how tricky it is?
They color their hair differently just so that you can not make that mistake.
And you still can't. Which one was in Free Jack City?
No, that's not a movie.
It was the crossover between Free Jack and New Jack City.
I knew what it was. It's just not a movie, so there's no way to answer it. Mick Jagger.
You know, in our last movie that we saw, Critters, I forgot to mention the Critters and TMNT crossover because I don't have the internet to look this stuff up, but there was something really like in the movie, as I mentioned last time or 2 times ago, that when Raphael walks out of the movie, it's Critters. He says, "Where do they come up with this stuff?" Mm-hmm. In the novelization of the movie, he comes out of E.T. and he still says, "Where do they come up with this stuff?" But it was about E.T.
Wow.
But then, this is where my memory gets hazy. I think in the comic book, it's Critters again, and they might fight the Critters or Critter-like creatures. So the TMNT people do have a crossover with the Critters. I don't think they cross with E.T.
It just occurs to me watching the end of this movie that Sloane has 0 character arc in the entire film. She's just a prop that sits on his arm. And then she has no say or stake in anything that's happening. She's just there for the ride.
I don't know that she had a conversation about anything. Did she have lines? It seemed to be...
She talked with Cameron about Ferris.
Okay. Right.
This is pure 80s wackiness right here.
Yeah. The race at the end.
Yep. We get the song going.
I like this song. I think this...
Oh, yeah.
No, that happens at the end of the bus. This is that...
Oh, yeah.
That's terrible now with these... With Jeffrey Jones. I don't want to see him on a bus full of children going, "Oh, yeah." Oh, the race is on. I forgot what I was going to say. Now there's a cop.
She's going to get pulled over. She's not going to stop because she has to. Nothing in the world more than stop her brother from just getting away with anything.
But she's got a boyfriend now.
Look at this chaotic evil running through the...
Stealing things as he goes, then throwing it in garbage cans. He just stole it for pure theft's sake. He ran through someone's backyard and took their food.
His license plate says mom.
Does it?
It was MMOM. Now, I just want to point out Sloane's last line is how she's excited because he's going to marry me.
And Ferris Bueller pauses his running.
She has no concept of the man she's dealing with.
To go talk to 2 girls sunbathing.
I like his dad because he's so aloof to everything that goes on.
I think he's Alan Thicke.
I think he's Alan Thin.
He's a thin Thicke.
Alan Thicke's still alive in 1986.
And that's him right there.
It is not Alan Thicke. It is the American Alan Thicke.
Who's the American Alan Thicke? It's somebody thin, I assume.
Yep. It's this guy.
Is Ferris Bueller? I think I knew somebody named Mueller once.
Mueller. Was it Armin Mueller-Stahl? Was it the actor?
Who was the actor who turned into a cannibal? Army Hammer?
Army Hammer?
Army Hammer. That was his name.
Yeah.
I liked him.
He would have been right in place in this movie. Right at home in this movie.
He would have been right at home alone in this movie.
Ooh, pun.
Thanks for pointing it out to me. Sometimes I feel that people aren't going to get my puns unless you drop it for me.
It's the second time he's looked over, seen his son, and they couldn't recognize him.
Now it should be a girl again who should be...
It should be Sloane just running next to the car, flirting with
him. And him just... I like it. He ran through somebody's house now, correct?
Yes, he's a monster.
Look at that dad. Alan thickening it up.
Now he's going to double jump this kid into space. Boo! Right into Rooney's rating arms.
That's some sort of weird, creepy wet dream that Rooney has. In slow motion every time.
Yeah, it's hard to place what's happening in time because he's going in slow motion and they're not.
Yep.
This is a Christopher Nolan joint.
That's what I was going to say. That's what we call tricks of the trade. And the trade is Garbage Pail Kids. That's what's hot on the block.
I like, this is how you do in Kitty Talk.
What?
When she's like, I just picked up Jeannie at the police station. He's like, I think we should kill her.
Who the hell is Jeannie?
Jeannie's Jared Vergrey.
I dream of her.
Oh, nice.
Pre-nose job.
Oh, you know that foot.
Bigfoot? Ooh, linger on the crotch with a white stain on it.
And he's giving him the key to his crotch.
And you just heard a crow caw, which is the most erotic of sounds.
It got you, Ferris.
I got you right where I want you. Take off them pants. Ooh, Ferris is scared. He's licking his lips. He knows what he has to do. But look, his older sister's coming to save the day.
Well, their battle will continue, but her battle has to be won this first day.
Yeah, no one else can take Ferris down.
Nope.
I think she might be a paladin. She might be lawful good.
A paladin.
That's paladin.
That's a phrase I know, sure.
Yeah.
Is that an orc thing?
No. Paladin is the holy, good, believe in laws.
Wasn't she the governor of Alaska?
The hell was her name?
Sarah Paladin.
I couldn't remember her name.
I read somewhere that Charles Barkley or Shaq, one of them said that California, the moon is closer to California because I can see the moon. I can't see California.
That holds up.
I think it does too. There's a beauty to the logic of it.
I mean, I can see the moon in the daytime. That's how close the moon is.
I can see the moon. I can't see California from my house.
Yep.
It's true.
They've never been in my kitchen.
Mr. Rooney has.
Yes, he has.
In your kitchen specifically, but only from the ages of 8 to 14.
I, too, had 3 uncles.
She's so happy with herself. She had a good day.
She just let the dog eat that man.
She made out with a meth head. She had a good day for herself.
Oh, Ferris, what are you going to do? The parental units are coming. Or is that more of a 90s thing? Parental units.
I think it's more than a 90s thing.
It has no place here in this movie. Why does he have a British flag hanging on his wall? Is he one of those red coats?
I don't know. I was gonna make a coming joke, but I didn't have it.
I heard they were coming one time. What grade was I in? It was in elementary school. And we went one time at elementary school.
Rudy's listening.
We were at a hotel because I think we went somewhere like smart, and then we went to the Baseball Hall of Fame for some reason. That might have been the whole trip too, actually. But we were walking down the hallways of the hotel, and I said, "You want to play a fun joke?" And I was like, "Sure." And he started running down the hallway, banging on the door, shouting, "The British are coming." And that was a pretty funny joke.
Cooperstown?
Probably. There's some hotel out there. I thought that was pretty solid.
I guess. Somebody told me that rape was when you really do it. What am I supposed to judge?
Oh, God. No, I hate stories about your childhood.
You hate them.
Oh, Ferris. You're not going to start the car before the end of these credits. We're not going to leave because we're doing a credit check.
Oh, yeah, we got to do a credit check. We can see him on the big screen.
Do we know what the next movie is? I didn't pay attention.
I do know. I usually reveal that later, but if you want to discuss it now.
I meant for the drive-through.
Oh, the drive-through.
Because they do a double feature.
Yeah, it's a drive-in.
It's a drive-through drive-in. That's what I'm going to invent when we get back uptime. Because people don't have the time anymore or the patience to sit for a whole movie. So it's going to be a drive-through drive-in. Ooh. You can still get your popcorn, but you'll be in and out in how long are you at the drive-through normally? 5 minutes, maybe?
That sounds about right.
Yeah, so it's going to be a little drive-in, drive-through, drive-in. 5-minute movie, you spend like $50 on popcorn, I'm all set. I don't have to get a job.
Well, I can tell you that our next movie we're going to watch is Aliens.
Aliens is coming out this summer?
Aliens is coming out this summer, and we're going to go watch that.
Starring Paul Reiser.
But I got bad news for what's second on this bill.
What's that?
It's a movie that you don't want to see.
What? Janine Butler.
It's a movie called Top Gun.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Starring John Hamm?
That's the other one. Oh, here's Rooney's happy ending.
See, he's waving her away because it's a grown-up. He's like, gross.
She's like, I got kids.
And now, watch. Ooh, he stopped.
We're not watching the credits, though.
Oh, I'm watching the credits. Nothing's happened. They were just going through the normal
You're
cast.
captivated by Rooney, as usual.
I got to keep my eye on him. I don't trust him.
Boom, boom.
You know, I watched...
Kenny Ortega. Is that any relation?
Who? Oh, yeah. It must be her dad. Sorry. I'm paying strict attention to
It's
what's
hard because
happening.
they're only on half the screen.
I know. It makes it so hard. There's nobody interesting in this one so
They're not
far.
giving them the proper respect.
I have never hated stuff happening during the credits more than I have right now at this very moment.
Lead person.
Who?
Lead person.
Ooh.
Can you read? 'Cause
Or
it
lead.
seems like I'm the one that always sees them and you don't read.
I don't. I keep getting distracted by what Rooney is doing.
Okay.
He's doing bad things to good people.
But it's another time that dogs supplied by. It's another time where
Supplied by.
I've never heard of a lead person, and then the first time you bring it up, we see it in the very next thing.
It could be a lead person. I don't know.
Could be. Key grip.
I have not seen a best boy of any
Another lead
kind.
person. A second lead person. Transportation co-captain.
There's tons of those. Everyone's got somebody driving them around. I like it when they tell us all the different places that provide the food.
Ooh, he got his seat he wanted.
Some warm gummy bears.
What you can't see is there's an empty seat 2 rows back.
All by himself. But no, I'm going to sit next to the kid. I'm still watching. We've drifted into the music part of the credits. I don't remember any songs I particularly care for aside from the one right now that's happening.
Boom, 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 boom.
Savage Garden would steal that and sample it for their song. Cherry Cola.
Stars Wars main title by John Williams. What the fuck? Stars Wars main title.
It's John Williams.
Is that just a typo?
Nope.
Stars Wars.
Okay, we've drifted all the way into special thanks.
Yeah, do you see anything about animals? Because there was an animal in this movie.
Brian, there's nothing about animals, and you know what? Critters also had nothing about animals. No reassuring thing telling me that animals were kept safe and not harmed. They just kill them.
It's very strange to me, the lasting image of this movie. I guess you get Ferris back in a second, but the lasting image of this movie is Ed Rooney getting on a school bus with children.
But don't you get Ferris back in a towel, half naked?
No, he's just wearing... What fantasies were you having?
This movie has destroyed my brain. Why did you take me to a drive-in to show me this smut? Do you want a neck later? Is that your evil plan this whole time? Because I am a married man,
Neck,
sir.
Is this the 1940s? I'll take you to Inspiration Point.
Inspiration. Boy, that's a famous makeout spot.
Well, there it was. We watched our first non-horror. Well, no, we've watched a couple sci-fi movies before.
I'm still going with horror. You have convinced me that I have changed my opinion on this movie. I don't know if I can watch it anymore. I don't know if it's worth watching anymore. I don't think it holds up that well.
I think it holds up pretty good.
You think so?
I was entertained by it.
I'm just left conflicted because I don't know how to feel about Alan Ruck.
Oh, it doesn't matter. His father murdered him shortly after his character stops appearing on screen.
All right. Well, that was a nice ending.
Yeah.
So, that was the drive-in.
That was the drive-in.
Let's all go to the drive-in.
We'll see if anything else comes out this year that we can maybe head to the drive-in for.
I would like to do that.
We might have to head out of state to get to a drive-in that's open in the colder times if there's nothing good.
That sounds like work.
But that does sound like work.
All right, so what do we got next?
Aliens.
Aliens.
James Cameron's good one.
That is, I like the first one. Wait,
He didn't
James
make
Cameron?
it.
Who
He
did
didn't
the
make
first
it.
one?
Ridley Scott. We discussed it before we got sucked back in time.
Which one did the third one?
That was done by David Fincher.
So 3 different directors, huh?
Yeah, you're on it.
That was movie news brought to you by me.
It's going to blow your mind. A different director did the fourth one, too.
Shut all the way up.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
I can't. I won't.
But we're only covering the second one, which I wasn't really looking forward to watching, but when in Rome.
What? Oh, wait. That was from Anchorman.
When in Rome.
When in Rome.
All right, we got to get in the long line to get out of this drive-in.
I forgot about this aspect.
And ironically head to the drive-thru because we're starving. Didn't bring any snacks. Just brought all the Coke again.
And I didn't want to get up because you wouldn't let me, and I didn't buy my popcorn ahead of time, and you said I had to stay here and watch this whole movie.
Yeah, and that wasn't actually Pete clearing his throat. That's how he does cocaine. It's very strange.
How do you do it?
He can't sniff it without going.
I put it in a big pile and then I huff it in.
Yes. I say you do too much, but I don't know that there can be too much in 1986.
There's not. I saw Scarface.
I never did.
It's a good one.
How does young Michelle Pfeiffer compare to old Michelle Pfeiffer?
Michelle Pfeiffer is always Michelle Pfeiffer.
Fabulous Baker Boys?
Michelle Pfeiffer.
Gotta wait 6 years to masturbate to that again. All right, we'll see you later.